This is Ellen Leahy, Health Officer for the Missoula City County Health Department with a Monday, June 29th COVID update. This morning, the state of Montana reported 56 new cases of COVID. That is the highest one-day total of new cases that the state has seen to date, with the second highest total for new cases in one day having been 35. So that is quite a leap in numbers. And in Missoula, we currently have 45 active cases. We received over a dozen over the weekend. So 45 active cases, 44 recovered cases, and we are currently monitoring 265 contacts to those cases. Those contacts are in quarantine, and they will be offered testing to see if they do or have developed the infection. That is a lot of spread. It is very concerning, and even those of us that expected this type of leap in spread, as we begin examining the cases and seeing how quickly it happens, it can be very alarming. It's also a really good opportunity to make this relevant. If you are among those that have been maybe waiting to take more precautions or waiting until it hits you, let me tell you that when we have the number of cases that we have now and the number of contacts that we've had, that spread actually occurred a week to 2 weeks ago. So when we look at that number of cases, we have to also think that there are more cases, contagious spread happening right now. We just aren't going to see it for a week to 2 weeks. The spread has involved a lot of community spread, not knowing exactly where a person got it in the community. It does involve close contacts to cases because we regularly test close contacts now that we have more adequate testing, and we are finding positive cases among close contacts. And we also have some travel related, but I would really like to emphasize that the travel related cases we've investigated have been Montana residents who have traveled out of the state and returned to the state. So it's definitely present. We also have a number of workplace related cases, and also some clusters of cases that appeared to have spread in workplaces. You've heard of some of those because the owners of the business, or also in the case of the city of Missoula and the fire department, decided to be transparent about what was occurring and keep us all informed. And in doing so, they've actually given us some really good lessons or reminders. Often we will see that workplaces are using masking most of the time. In some of our investigations, we're finding that it's inconsistent use of masks, where you maybe take a break or decide the case count's too low. This virus is extremely catchy, and it doesn't take a break when you do. We really encourage you not only to wear your mask, but to wear it regularly. Masks are very available. Sanitizer is very available. Let's remember when it wasn't. Now it is. Let's use it. One of the things to ask people to think about in their workplace, whether it's a public-facing business like a restaurant or not, is when you get it in your workplace, the chances of infecting your coworkers or being infected by your coworkers is extremely high. So, and if you own a business, and we know you don't want to spread it to the community, your own family, and your coworkers, but please also keep in mind that even if you only have one case, you will have several more contacts. They will be quarantined for 14 days. And you may not be able to staff and operate your business during that time. So again, this is a really good time to think about this virus is present. It is spreading in ways that can't be seen, and we can only report the cases that we can catch with the testing and the contact tracing and the quick and very cooperative responses that we've been getting from businesses. We want to thank everyone for that. We realize that it's been very difficult for a number of community events to change up the way they operate or to determine that they aren't going to be able to operate this year. But when we stop and think again that some of those decisions were made in just the last 2 weeks, and we look at the number of cases and contacts we have now, we know those were the right decisions for the community. So we thank you for that. Please wear your mask. Don't take a break with your mask. Even when you're not at work and you're just around with friends or gatherings, keep 6 feet apart and wear a mask. You can hear each other from 6 or further feet apart, and you can wear a mask. Certainly, some of the most important celebrations in our life, such as funerals and weddings, we understand why you want to gather and feel that need to gather. But please, if it's more than 50 people, by the governor's directive and local order, it has to be social distanced. And so much of what we do, especially in our summertime activities or in those family get-togethers and reunions, it's inconducive to social distancing. So keep it small. Be very aware, especially with younger folks who may not show symptoms but be contagious. And again, thank everyone in a business if they are wearing a mask, in your workplace if they're using masks. And thank you for all the input that we get from the public about how we can support that message, support your business and your activities, and just increase our response. We're getting very busy, and we appreciate your cooperation, and we're going to need it more than ever. Thank you.